3% increase to Social Security benefits in 2024. Some new projections have been released. I have all the details and what you need to know right here in the video, so let's get right into it. All right, now in this video, I do want to share with you some new projections that have been released in regards to the increase to Social Security benefits for 2024. Now, yes, this would include Social Security retirement, disability, SSDI, survivors, SSI, and VA beneficiaries. Now, as of right now, I also do completely understand 2024 is a lot of months away. However, this is something we probably want to watch very closely because we know that inflation is still very high right now, and I want to talk through the projections as well as the forecast between now through the end of the year and what they're projecting as far as inflation and, of course, what this raise will be to monthly benefits for millions and millions of beneficiaries, about 70 million beneficiaries. Let's get into it and discuss all those details. However, really quickly before we do, thanks so much for joining me. If you're enjoying this video so far and you want more like it, please make sure to subscribe right down below the video. It's totally free to do so, and I'm here for you right by your side each and every day, helping you out in any way that I possibly can, as that is my dedication, that's my commitment, and my promise to you and everybody here in the community to watch all this new information and, of course, to bring all the information back into these short videos because things are changing rapidly. It's a very busy, confusing, and uncertain time, and again, I want to bring it to your attention right away as we get all of this new information, especially for low-income and fixed-income beneficiaries. So again, thanks so much for joining me. I truly do appreciate your support. We've got to stick together through this time. So again, please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. And let's get into it and talk about the new projections as well as what they're talking about here in this new report. Now, obviously, at the beginning of this video, I said 3%. All right, well, let's talk about that here for a second because according to this new projection that has been released, they're now saying, as of right now, and again, we're still very early right now, okay? The official months that are going to be coming in will be July, August, and September, okay? Those are the 3 months that we need to watch very closely because those will be the 3 months that determine what the COLA or the raise for benefits will be next year in 2024. So those will be the official ones. The third quarter of 2023. Now, as of right now, we're still a few months out, right? So we got to watch those months closely. However, the projections right now are suggesting the COLA for 2024, the cost of living adjustment, will be, according to what they're saying, no higher than, they're saying, up to 3%. Now, they're not saying like a solid 3%. They're saying up to 3%, likely, probably not any higher than that. But wait a second. Is inflation 3% right now? No. According to the most recent reports, we're looking at 6+%. And depends on what we're looking at. If we're looking at food or shelter or, rents, or if we're looking at healthcare or all of these things like this, food is still up 11%. Housing, as in rents and shelter, still up nearly 8%. So I guess where's the 3% coming from? You know what I mean? Wake up. You know what I mean? So yes, this is what the numbers are now showing is maybe up to 3%. And they're actually saying that would be a little bit optimistic as of right now. They're actually projecting somewhere around the high 2%, maybe even the mid 2% range. And depending on how this goes, if inflation continues to drop according to their numbers, the reports that are released once per month, if we can continue to see these numbers drop here over the next few months, and especially during those 3 very, very important months, July, August, and September, when they actually take the inflation ratings into consideration, they might actually be looking at 2, even less than 2%. Hello, that's not really going to work for a lot of us, right? No, not when inflation on real things that many people are actually buying is actually, significantly higher than that. So again, this is what they're now projecting. Now, here's what's interesting. Within this report, they also found 54% of respondents, as in 54% of fixed income beneficiaries receiving any of the benefits I mentioned earlier: Social Security retirement, disability, SSDI, survivors, SSI, VA beneficiaries. 54% believe the COLA is not going to keep up with inflation yet again. Well, I would say this much. Those 54% of respondents are 100% correct. The reason I say that, well, let's look back at the numbers. The 8.7% COLA that we got this year in 2023, did it keep up with inflation from last year? Not really. How about the 5.9% we got last year? Did that keep up with inflation from 2021? Not really. How about the 1%, sorry, the 1.3%? I almost forgot the 0.3%. How about the 1.3% that we got in 2021? Did that get us anywhere? Well, I mean, seriously, not really, right? That's pretty bad. So they're suggesting that maybe next COLA coming in 2024 could possibly be the lowest COLA that we've seen since 2020. Well, it's one of these situations where it's kind of like, well, be careful what you wish for type of situation, because here's the thing. Obviously, we want a much higher COLA, but accompanying higher COLA would be higher inflation as well, right? Which also, one more thing I want to point out there. We've talked about this a little bit recently, which is there are some bills, packages, and proposals in Congress currently right now, and there are lawmakers in Congress who want to change the way that the COLA is calculated, right? So as of right now, remember, it's based on the CPIW, Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers. However, that is not an accurate reflection of what people living on a fixed income actually spend their money on. However, we know that lawmakers want to change it to the CPIE, Consumer Price Index for the elderly, which better reflects actual living expenses and those things that fixed income beneficiaries spend their money on. Which, by the way, the CPIE is based on the spending habits and the spending kind of trajectories, or, you know, basically where people spend their money who are aged 62 and older, okay? That is what that's based off of, and it has a higher weighting, I should say, not rating, but weighting into things like healthcare. It also has a higher weighting into food. It also has a higher weighting on housing, you know, rents, shelter, stuff like this, has significantly higher weightings, okay? So it takes higher consideration into that. So during a time like right now, this would be great to have in place because we know that food is about 11%. Shelter is about just under 8%, 7.8% as of the last inflation report. So we can clearly see if they put a higher weighting into these, well, then we would know that, okay, this is good because it would actually bump up the COLA a few tenths of a percentage point. And I know that's not much, but you know what? These days, we'll take anything we can possibly get. And if that translates into a few dollars more per month, we'll take it. Gladly, we will take it, right? So anyway, this is what the projection is now saying, but remember this much, that is not written in stone, and it won't be written in stone until we hear it out of Social Security in mid-October. Now again, as of right now, that is still several months out, but we need to watch those three very important months. The third quarter of 2023, which will determine how much the COLA will be next year. And again, that is July, August, and September. We will need to watch those inflation reports very, very closely. But this is what they're now saying, according to the most recent information. However, let me throw one more thing out there and then we'll let you go, which is we got to watch the economic situation. With all of these banks collapsing, we're starting to see the major cracks in this economy coming forward right now. If we see a major economic hit this year, it might be a little bit, you know, the three critical months that we need to watch are not that far out from right now. But if we see a major economic crash this year, which based on what we're currently seeing with the banks collapsing all around us and all stuff like this, the financial issues, it's probably pretty likely, okay? If we see that happen, the Federal Reserve will come out and print more money. Does printing money cause inflation? Yep. Sure does. Causes a lot of inflation. Depends on how much they print. If they print $1, is that going to cause inflation? No. If they print $1,000? Nope. If they print $1 million? Nope. If they print $1 billion? No. If they print 500 billion, a trillion, $5 trillion, is that going to cause inflation? Yep, it probably will. Okay, that's why you got to watch this stuff closely. And does inflation directly relate to the COLA? Yup, 100%. Make sense? Anyway, I'm going to continue watching all this very closely. I wanted to bring this to your attention. Some new information that was released. Again, I want to do whatever I possibly can to bring you the latest updates on your benefits, any new information that's being released on Social Security, SSDI, SSI, VA, RRB, low-income fixed income, retirement, seniors, older adults, people with disabilities, anything like this. Again, I'm watching all this stuff closely. There's a lot of things that are happening right now. Super weird time that we're going through, right? What happened to the days that it's just like we were just kind of coasting along, right? Oh no, those days are long gone. It's been super weird like this for a few years now. Anyway, I'm here for you. Please make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Share the video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out any of the other thousands of videos here on the channel. Until next time, enjoy your day, take care, and catch you again later in the next video.